the pre-WNC marketing transition tool. So remember that this tool is to help you in completing the pre-attraction phase. So that means that you are doing a lot of research and understanding your customers and the market that you guys operate in. And remember that this tool is supposed to be worked on continuously until WNC. So this shouldn't be something that you hold off till the end, because there's a lot of tasks in here that involve other people and you're going to be needing to put in a little bit of work. But remember, it won't take too long, but just make sure that it's something you work on weekly. And on top of that, remember that it's in addition to the transition that you have on the local level with your LCP or with your VPOGV, and then also with the education materials that happen on the hub. This is learning by doing, and that's why we're doing this tool. The last thing I want to tell you before I begin is that you have to complete this tool to be able to come to the marketing sessions at WNC. There are tabs for marketing directors and VP marketings, so everybody is responsible for completing this to be able to do marketing for their term, so that means you need to do this to be able to go to WNC's marketing track. And with that, let's begin. So you guys can see here I'm on the instructions page, and it is just find your LC's tab. Every LC has it, and I've kind of already broken it up by VP marketing or marketing director. But for this, I'm just going to show you guys the templates. So first here you can see on the dashboard, it's letting you know everybody's performance, how much have they completed, and it lets us know how ready is marketing for WNC. And the first tab here is the VP marketing template. And so you can see here that it has a few tasks here at the top, and it says, okay, step 1, university information, step 2, competitor analysis, step 3, my current customer data, step 4, customer interviews output, step 5, customer journey mapping, step 6, SWOT marketing in my LC, and step 7, exchange data. So I'm going to be walking you guys through what exactly are these. There will be more material coming out that goes into detail about exactly how to do these, but for now, some of these you can begin. So first here, step 1 is at my university. So what you're doing is you're looking at what is happening at my university. Who do I have access to? So just use your university's website or anything like that, and that can give you this information, because most universities will have this as public record. So you can fill in here, what's the population of the city that you're in? What is your university's population? Number of people inside of our market, 18 to 30, females, males, just giving you a general, very macro level overview of who exists on your campus. And on the right here, you're going to go by your most common major and second most common major. So either just what's your biggest college at your university, or what is the most common thing that people to go into, and then break down the demographics inside of that to let you know exactly who you have a lot of access to. The second one is a competitor analysis, so I will be releasing a video about this one to explain it more in detail, but overall this is to help you understand who are you competing against with your customers. So first here, what you should be looking at is that ICQS has their product here, so the duration is 6 to 12 weeks, this is the price, the value proposition, etc., and you fill in the information, and then you pick a competitor, and you're filling in the competitor's features and values about it. Here you guys can pick the features that you would like to compare against. So if you pick a feature like offers group trips, or it has no program fee, etc., you pick which features you feel are important that your customers care about and which ones you want to evaluate. And then you go through and check off if they have it or not. And at the end here, you're going to be putting in it compares all the features, and then you can put in an impact rating of how likely is this to actually be a competitor. And it's going to give you a threat score. So with that, it gives you who exactly am I competing against. Then step 3 is my current customer data. So this is going to be using the DOL file. There is something coming out for this step. So make sure that you guys check that out, because it's going to be teaching you how to use the DOL file and how to use data to be able to fill this. But overall, what you're going to be looking at is all of the applicants to approved of your LC for the last 2 years. And so it's going to go through and look at what age group comes from which channel. It's going to be looking at what month do people apply based on their age. And you'll be doing this for GV and GE if you run both products, which some of you do. Step 4 is the big boy. This is customer interviews output. So this is something I had to do as an MC member, and I think it's really important that you guys do it as well, because it gave me really, really interesting insights. And so what you're going to be doing is calling your old customers. Anybody that has applied or to approved or even gone abroad, you'll be calling. And so you can call in, and I would say up to 7 people is pretty good. If you can get more, of course, go for it. If it's less, though, you should really try to fill that 7 number. And so what you'll do is you'll be calling people, and I'm going to be releasing a video about how to do this more in detail, but overall, just know that you need to be contacting your customers. And step 5, this is something that we did in OGV for the VP OGVs, and they did what's called consideration mapping, and overall what we're going to be doing is customer journey mapping. So your VP OGV is actually going to be filling this out as well, but not the same step. It's going to be further down in the customer journey. So this part here is you guys are going to be filling out tabling, cash outs, flyers, so you'll fill out, for example here, do you only promote 2 to 3 specific opportunities at your tabling? If so, what are they? And you fill that out. If not, what do you promote? Then you go to the next step and fill it out. And what we're looking at is exactly what is your customer experiencing in all of their interactions with ISIC. You guys are just filling this very first one here of what happens in marketing, but the VPOGVs have a really in-depth one that they have to fill out that goes from the first contact of open all the way until them coming back. So they're going through the entire customer journey. And this is important that you guys both understand what your customers experience. And then the last section is not the last section, but another section is swatting, marketing, and MyLC. This one's pretty general. You can do this with one of your VPs. But overall, just understanding the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats of what's working in your LC. And then the last section is exchange data. So this is where you're going to be filling out the referrals of where your opens came from for the last year. And you guys will be able to use this when doing your planning. And again, this is also going to break it down for you which one's most effective in summer peak and winter peak. So you'll be filling out where did all my opens come from, where did all my applieds, accepted, approved come from. All of this data you can get from Expo, but I will be releasing a video about how to do this data collection. And then this last part is the big boy, but you guys only have to fill out these first 3 rows here. This is number of physical activity signups applicants from the last years, so that way you guys can do some educated planning when you're setting your goals. And everything in gray is what your VP OGVs or OGE will be filling out. And the other gray cells down here are automatically calculated. So what this is going to do is give you guys a really good perspective of what are the conversion rates all the way through the process for you, and it's going to give you a really good what worked in the past, what hasn't worked, what are my peak months, and what is a good conversion rate, good goals to have for opens and applicants in my term. And this also has a section for GE, and like I put on the side here, if you don't run these products, just hide these rows. It's not necessary for you to do it, but that is basically the whole tool here. The only difference is if you're a marketing director, the only thing that you will be doing is step 5 here and all the way to step 7. So this is you looking at the customer journey mapping, because you guys know how to do this. You've probably done tabling, cash outs, flyers, and then you're going to be doing the exchange data and swatting MyLC, marketing in MyLC. So just make sure that is something that you're working on. And then you'll also complete this education here. So that's the other part of this that I wanted to talk about with you guys as the last part, is that you're going to be completing education on the hub. And the hub is just a few videos. Nothing is more than 10 minutes long, and you just need to check off when you complete something here. And what it's going to do is it's going to change the state for you. So this is something pretty exciting for me. I just thought it was fun. But if you check these off here as you're completing tasks, it's going to change and tell you how ready you are for WNC. And once you get all the way there, it's going to change and it's going to say, congrats, you are ready. And then I will be so excited to see you at WNC and be able to have some really productive sessions, because we have all of the information we need to be able to make our plans for the year. And that's that, guys. So you have a great day and have a great transition.